And you guys have probably seen in some of my other videos how sometimes I will have two pairs of shears in my hand at the same time. And when I do this, it's kind of a convenience thing. And yeah, of course, I'm kind of showing off too. I promised a lot of people over the years that I would actually show them how I do this, because I've been known to switch back and forth between shears. So I've got my regular shears and my thinning shears. And then I'll flip back to my regular shears and my thinning shears. This was something that I saw someone do years ago, and I just kind of picked it up and thought it was cool. It's a really good way to maximize your time and make sure that you're not setting things down and reaching for new things and setting things down and reaching. So real quick, this is how I do these things. There's a couple fundamental skills we have to think about first. First is just shear handling and making sure that we know we don't jam our thumbs in the shears, making sure that they're loose on our fingers. And that's the reason why I get rid of the rubber rings that are in them. I did a video on 3 different ways to palm your shears, and you want to make sure that you can do all 3 of those ways of palming your shears before you try this technique. There's dropping it down and locking it in with your pinky, then we just flip them up. Then there's just palming them, and then there's locking them behind your index finger. The 2 types of palming that I use when I'm using 2 types of shears is locking behind the index finger and locking with the pinky. There are times when you're going to need to do both of those simultaneously. So I'll start with my thinning shears first, and just lay them across like I'm doing a normal palming, and then use my regular shears as well, and I just put them on together. It is very important that your shears have freedom of movement on your fingers in order to be able to do this. The first thing I want you to practice is just flipping them both back at the same time. It could be as simple as letting gravity do its work and then locking them in with your pinky, or lifting them with your index finger so that gravity can do the work. Next, practice palming them both by putting them behind the index finger. So I will always start out with, I have an inside shear and an outside shear. Inside is the one closest to my palm, outside is the one closest to the tip of my fingers. If I want to keep the inside shear, all I'm going to do is hold on to it with my thumb and let the outside one drop down. I can grab that with my pinky, and because the shear is loose on my finger, I still have a good range of motion with that shear. If I want the outside shear, I have 2 options. I can drop the inside ones down, hold them down with my thumb, and flip the outside ones up. Or what I typically do is I'll drop the inside one down, flip them both up, so I just reset to where I was in the beginning, and keep the outside one with my pointer finger. Let the inside one drop. So to do that again, I'm going to drop them both and flip them both up. This is always where I start. And then I'm either going to hold the inside one with my thumb and drop the outside one down, or I'm going to hold the outside one back with my pointer finger and let the inside one drop. That's how I keep them separate. Now, to complicate things, we also often need to comb the hair, and we need to comb the hair with our shear hand. This is where both the palming techniques also come in handy, because then I can drop down the shear I don't need, leave the pointer finger behind, and now I've palmed with both my pinky and my pointer shear, and I have full use of my comb hand. And I can comb, set in the hair, palm the comb, and cut. The reason I don't palm like this is because while you're being dexterous and combing through the hair, this method of palming doesn't secure the blade closed. So as I'm combing, my hand is manipulating. And there's a tendency sometimes for the shears to open up. If you're combing through the hair and you have some even slightly open shears, so best bet, put it behind the pointer finger, and that is going to lock the blade closed, and I can get as dexterous as I want with my comb, all while not letting either of these blades open up. So start with them both up, either drop the outside one down while holding the inside with your thumb, or start with them both up, drop the inside one down while holding the outside one with your pointer finger. On a final note, always double check which shears you're cutting with before you actually cut with them. It would be a shame to think that you're cutting with your texturizing shears, but you've gotten confused and you're actually cutting with your regular shears. So try it if you dare. Have fun. They will call you Edward Scissorhands and we'll all start a club. I don't know. See you next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you saw and you want to see some more, go ahead and check out some of my other videos. Feel free to share with any of your nerdy friends. Click the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Let me know what else you want to hear about. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.